So you've heard me talk about meditation and how it's helped me find myself in becoming the person that I wish to be. But I've never really talked about the mechanics of it or why or what it does for you. And the whole reason why people meditate is to basically shut off your mind, okay? It's a form of detachment from the bullshit that's going around in your life, okay? In those moments of that meditation, you really you're not worried about stresses that are on your job. You're not worried about your financial stuff. You're shutting all that stuff out. You're pushing it all to the side, and it's when we detach from all the white noise that surrounds us, that's when life can really become beautiful. You find who you are, and it helps manifest or create your happiness, right? Because you're learning to detach from everything. And once through the meditation, once you're doing that, of course you're detaching from that, then it mentally prepares you to detach from anything that is going on around you. We all have all seen people, politics is a big one. They get so ingrained in the politics and it takes over their emotion and they act in a certain way, or this guy is fighting with this guy because his views are different than this guy's views. It's okay to have different views, but it's not okay to attach to them so strongly that it controls your emotional state. And obviously neither one of those people in this example is going to find their happiness because they're too worried about all this other stuff. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean you detach from everything around. Oh, everything in his life is just wonderful. I'm so awesome. I'm not going to attach to your negativity. I don't even know I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that means. Anyway, but it means that you take in the information that bothers you or has a potential to bother you and you manage it in a calmer state. Ego is a big proponent of argument. It helps you, reinforces that argumentative state of your mindset, right? So if I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me, we get in this mental argument and this verbal argument, it's because of our egos, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and say, I'm perfect, I'm without ego. I have my faults and I need to rectify it, and that's why I meditate. So I learn to detach from everything, and in turn, like I said, it helps you detach from what is going on in your life that is negative, okay? Two sides of that coin. The interesting thing that I've found is once you get in this mindset of detaching from this negative stuff and you learn to recognize what is good and what is bad, and you allow or not allow certain things in your mind and into your life, it kind of makes you more aware of what's going around you, okay? You're no longer having that blinders on. You're not having that blinder on that I talked about through when you're fighting a hard battle. Now life is good, right? You're on that summer part of things. Life is good, but you also notice the ugly a lot more readily. I know it sounds kind of crazy because you're like, well, Todd, you just said that, you want to shun negativity. No, I'm not saying shun the negativity, but learn to recognize it, learn how to avoid it, or if it is forced into your life, you have to learn to still manage it. Just because you meditate and you're finding yourself in this doesn't mean you're ignoring the bad shit in your life. It means you're learning how to manage it, how to deal with it. It's because when you shut off all those white noises and you're in that meditation state, you're looking into you. You kind of have this too with, from my understanding, from my reading, that people who have these long duration prayers, you think of the nuns that are in that prayer, a long duration prayer, they're in a meditation, they're in a conversation with themselves and God, okay? And that's a reflection of what's on their inside, and that's why, they're perceived the way they're perceived, and they have that sense of enlightenment, if you will. So, and I'm not going to sit here and say that because you meditate, you're going to get enlightened. What I'm saying is you're going to detach from that stuff. You learn to detach from the things that bring you down. And once you're not holding on to this extra bullshit in your life, you could really focus on you and find who you are. Right? Because that's what we all want to find. We want to find ourselves, and ultimately we want to find our happiness. You know, I started with the video with the bowl thing. I don't use that. It's a cool thing that we have here in the home. It's a beautiful thing. I know there's people out there that use that for meditation. I personally don't. And just to give you a synopsis or a picture of how I meditate, I will choose a recliner, or I've laid down in the bed. I turn off the lights. If I'm laying down in the living room, I'll put something over my eyes so it's completely black. Or if I'm down here in the basement, I'll turn off all the lights and lay in my recliner that I have over there. And I just lay there and I lie still and I breathe. And I also put headphones on because I use a Holosync meditation, which is binary beats. It kind of helps relax you. Now, there are other forms of meditation. I know my wife used to listen to guided meditation where they kind of talk to you through the headphones and kind of help you visualize things. I like the Holosync and Third Eye meditation because it just kind of happens, you know, it's nothing is suggested. It's just kind of where your mind goes from there. And it's not, like I said, it's not thinking about the bull crap that's got going on in your life. It's just you're just laying there and you're relaxing. You're just laying there, breathing. Get that first couple breaths in, and then you start your meditation, and your breathing becomes very shallow, very short. It's kind of interesting. I have found for myself, I get planted. I feel like I become part of the chair, that my hands are just part of the chair or the bed, and I almost get like a buzzed, relaxed feeling throughout my body. So at the end of the meditation, all the stuff that might be on my mind for the day is completely wiped clean. It's like hitting that reset button or wiping the slate clean, or the chalkboard clean, or a dry erase board, whatever you want to call it. It's like wiping the slate clean, and you're just, you relax. It's interesting. The mindset that I go into meditation is always different when I'm coming out. I know that through it, I'm just getting that sense of calm, like I said. Now, there are other things that I do that might sound a little strange, but we all have this pent-up energy, right? So if you look at a workout at the gym, that's also a meditation if you get into the zone, shut out all the white noise, throw in some music in your headphones. Don't sit there and jibber-jabber with everybody, talk to everybody. You're just doing your workout. You are in a form of meditation and you're releasing that negative energy, if that's your outlet. I know I've used bodybuilding and weight training as part of my outlet. It has helped me immensely. But there are times where I'm so bound up, I'm so clenched, I'm so tight. You know, like people call you a tight ass. I'm literally a tight ass because I'm so stressed out about something. And there's times where I've gone to the gym and I've gotten a great workout and I've pounded it out till muscle failure and I'm still agitated. Typically on the other end of that, I'm usually not agitated because it releases all kinds of cool chemicals in your brains when you work out. In your brain when you work out, that helps create a sense of happiness. But there are times where I've been so bound up, and this is where the weirdness comes, that I will literally let out a warrior cry, what I call a warrior cry. And I've suggested this to people. You're frustrated, I don't know how to deal with this, Todd, what can I do? Go to your car and just yell and scream and do what you need to do. Mentally cuss at what's bothering you. You know, let that scream out. Ah! Let it out! I'm telling you, you do that over and over and over for, a few minutes, just screaming. I know it sounds crazy. Shake your body and just yell. But you're going to release all that negative energy, all that shit that's stuck in your bottom of your belly, in your gut, that's holding you down, that negativity, that stuff that's really bothering you, it just comes out. And then right after you do that, I suggest doing a little bit of a meditation where you lay down and you relax and you do your breaths. It's quite interesting that, I'll be honest, when my wife first suggested me meditation, I was like, you are fucking crazy. I ain't doing that. That's that holistic bullshit. That don't work. That's silly. I don't need to do that. But I started doing it, and it's like a peaceness comes over you. You know, not everything becomes a battle or a fight because you learn to manage it. You learn to manage your feelings. So that's just it. I would suggest really looking into that meditation. Try that yelling thing to get up that energy, and just, take one day at a time and do that.